Welcome back. While Donald Trump gets ready to roll into Iowa this weekend, his attorneys filed into the federal courthouse here in Washington today. They appeared for a hearing on how evidence will be shared and handled in the case over alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. But Judge Tonya Chutkan used the hearing to issue a warning to the former president. She says he will be scrutinized closely if he, quote, makes any statements that intimidate or harass witnesses. Or, she says, she'll be forced to speed up the date of the trial. She also made a promise saying, I intend to keep politics out of this. Okay, to the panel. I'll start with you, May. Do you think Donald Trump will listen to her? And do you think she means it when she says she's going to keep politics out of this?
I mean, well, it depends on what you mean by intimidate, right? Because everything that Trump says
I'm
is
coming
in
after
all
you.
caps, is like intimidate. He's not going to come after anyone. He's going to be
But
on
he said that.
Truth Social, in his bathroom.
Twitter
truthing.
fingers.
Yeah. And so...
I mean, he personally doesn't have to physically come after someone, but if he truths some, I'm coming after you, then there are plenty of people who are going to take that very literally, right?
But
Caesar
We've
Sayoc
seen
is
that.
one of them.
Yeah.
Somebody was on Caesar Sayoc's list. Like, it gets personal.
Right. And so, you know, when Trump decoder, right, is always very fraught and difficult. But when Trump says things that are just like, Kofefe, I'm upset, you know, I'm coming after you, it's hard to interpret that as what that means. Like, coming after who? For what purpose? To not testify? You know,
how are you going to keep politics out of
what
this,
does
though?
that mean? Like,
No, this is inherently political. This is what this is. But not to say that there isn't some merit in what's going on, but it's very political. You can't.
Do you think the judge is being political?
I think that she is. I
Really?
think, and I think in this particular case, when she's telling Donald Trump not to be tweeting when he has been tweeting or truthing throughout this entire thing. And I'm not a lawyer, but my lawyer friends tell me that he keeps saying things that are so deeply unhelpful to him.
Absolutely.
I don't think a judge now saying, now don't you do that, is going to actually make him do it less.
I don't think it's going to make it do it less just because he's not the smartest person and has zero impulse control. But I think you do have to worry about him influencing witnesses, making witnesses not want to testify, having death threats, as we saw in Utah against the president. Like, his words matter and they carry weight.
You know, Truth has about 20 million people on it. It's very muted compared to the Twitter 300+ million people. If we get to the general election, expect all of those Truth posts to go everywhere. Because
well, that's
people
already
are
happening,
reminded.
though. If,
they're
you know...
reminded, well, but not to the level. They're like, oh, I can ignore them. But these middle-of-the-road voters who are going to decide the election in key grounds.
But people in my business, if they need a reaction, it doesn't matter where it's from. He puts it on his platform. To wit, here's one that he put out a minute, I guess it was on August 10th. Deranged Jack Smith has just asked for a trial on the Biden indictment to take place on January 2nd, just ahead of the important Iowa caucuses. Only an out-of-touch lunatic would ask for such a date, one day into the new year, and maximum election interference with Iowa. He's also got some other court dates coming up.
This is kind of the reason he lost, though. He turned off so many suburban voters because of the tweets. People got tired of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is why the right thinks that it's a huge conspiracy on the left to bring all these cases and make Donald Trump say all these things and lose the general.
But
like,
he'd say them whether
it's
or
rarely
not.
4D chess in the federal government. But, yeah, I think to say we can't talk about politics is just ridiculous because Trump is going to be attacked by all these witnesses. And to say he can't say anything back is just, it's like
he's on a debate stage. Someone attacks him for his
he didn't
legal
get a gag
troubles.
order, though.
He
They just said, be careful about the way in which
and she acknowledged that she's not going to go that far.
It's going to be statements that are provided sort of through the court process that Trump receives that he can't then make those public and make intimidating statements based on that.
And then
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.